Hey, y'all, we are back and we have another grant. This grant is an amazing opportunity for both for-profit, small business owner, but then also if you are a veteran-owned business as well. Before we get started, if you get anything of value out of this video from the beginning, middle, end, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. This one is going to take us a little while to get through because the rules are substantial. The guidelines are substantial. As always, I've read them. I've, analyzed them, pulled out what I thought was important, but I always recommend that you look at that for yourself. I have the Patreon. Not going to share it. I will say this grant was posted in the Patreon almost a month ago. And typically that's what I do. I put the grants in there ahead of time, and I put several grants that do not hit YouTube. But most importantly, the Patreon is just a way for you to support the channel and to support me so I can continue to offer you these free grant information as well as do the grant walkthrough videos for you. Do not forget to check out the small business grant playlist that is on this channel. There you will be able to find various grant opportunities, as well as I have a passive income playlist that I've created as well. Currently, we talk about top 10 passive income ideas. We also talked about a vending machine. We're going to be interviewing a young lady tomorrow where we're going to talk about ebooks and how to get published on Amazon. So I'm just trying to find various ways to break down that barrier of access to capital that sometimes are created. So it doesn't always have to be a grant. There is also a 20,000 investment opportunity / loan opportunity that has been posted on the channel as well. But then also with the passive income, that can be a way to fund your current business venture if you don't get a grant, because we all know that grants are challenging and difficult to get. However, I think there's power in numbers. So the more you apply, the more likelihood that you will get at least one of these grants. Let's talk about this grant. Okay. First and foremost, U.S. resident, 18 years of age or older. You must have been in business for more than 6 months as of January 31st of this year. So that's the parameters. 99 employees or less. So technically they should have just said less than 100 employees, but you can have up to 99 employees. I didn't see a requirement for profit, losses, revenue, etc. So that's in there somewhere probably, right? And you also have to submit the application via their website, and there are a lot of parameters that they're looking for. So let me get into that for you. There's going to be a top 100. Okay, so the top the top 100, they're going to get a little prize as well, but the top prize is $30,000. 10 finalists each will get $30,000. It's not just one. 10 finalists will get $30,000. And then one finalist who also identifies as a veteran-owned business will get an additional $20,000, which puts our grand total at $50,000. But on top of that, you're going to get an additional $1,000 business services from FedEx that expires on May the 31st, 2024. And then here are the 9 additional prizes in conjunction with either your $30,000 with your additional $20,000. So you're going to get free access to FedEx's premier customer service. You're going to get a sustainability packaging consultation where they're going to look at, your packaging and if it's sustainable, and if it's not, how can we make it sustainable? You're going to get a $300 voucher to the FedEx Rewards catalog. You're going to get a 20% off SEO monthly, which means that they're going to assist you with SEO for your website, all of that stuff that tends to be, for me, difficult to understand. I'm not an analytics person. You're going to get a digital sales consultant. So somebody's going to be, assisting you with your digital sales and what it looks like and analyzing that data. You're going to get an international shipping dictionary. So terminology is associated with international shipping. And the one thing I will say is, I don't know what's in this book, but I would highly recommend if it exists somewhere to find it, because when I got my first international shipping or first international orders, because I did used to have an online boutique / hair store, I tracked the package. I filled out the tracking information, not understanding the terminology. I had only tracked my item to the customs, to borders. I did not track it all the way to the person's doorstep. And some fraud happened. I ended up winning the case, but because I didn't track it all the way, the individual then said that they never received the package. And of course, you got to have proof that they got it. And I didn't have proof that they had it. I only had proof that it made it to their designated country. But there was some email exchanges that kind of protected me there, gratefully. Then you get a one-on-one mentorship and a ticket to the regional learning and leadership events. You get featured on FedEx's website, and then you get an invite to the Small Business Grant Forum. So you get all of these extra prizes in addition to the financial piece. And I've always communicated that I feel like sometimes mentorship is way more valuable than the money, because if you don't know what to do with the money, you can get the money, lose the money, and then you haven't even grown your business. So definitely, I think that is a great opportunity. Now, for the top 100 finalists, you're going to get a financial consultation. So they're going to look at your books and have a conversation with you about that. And then also you're going to get access to an annual conference plus 3 webinars. So even if you don't win the grand prize or the finalists, you still have for this top 100. But here's the piece that I think is even more exciting. They're going to have a public voting period for everyone. Now, with this public voting period, well, when I say everyone, the top 100, let me take that back. Top 100. So even if you don't make the finalists, the final 10, this voting period is purely based off of likes. Now, you cannot be fraudulent with your likes. They are going to track it and figure it out. So for 10 days, each day, a business is going to be awarded $1,000. So essentially, if you have the most likes on that day, you will get $1,000. And you can still potentially be a top 10 finalist, because the public voting period has no bearings on who's going to be selected as the top 10 finalists. Again, 10 days, an extra $1,000. And even if you just get the $1,000, now you're going to get $1,000 plus the financial consultation, plus the annual conference, plus access to 3 webinars, which I think is critical for a business owner, because I always say you will be in spaces with like-minded individuals, and those resources might get you access to double $30,000 if you're not selected in the top 10 for this specific grant. Now, let me talk about some of the things that can't happen and things that need to happen. First and foremost, you must be in compliance with your state. So that could be whether it's a reseller license, a vendor's license, whatever licenses is required for your business, and your business can have both product and services. So it's not limited to that. You must have a FedEx shipping account. And if we haven't figured it out yet, this grant is sponsored by FedEx, okay? So not only must you have the account, you can create the account today and still apply for the grant, okay? So you do not have to have had a previous account. I will say that I think that having a previous account, utilizing FedEx in the past is going to matter, because that's part of the judging criteria. But again, when you get ready to answer the questions, maybe you can, communicate why you never had a FedEx account or whatever it is that needs to be communicated once we go through the criteria. And as always, once we go through the full grant, look at all the questions, look at the face of the website, you're going to see None of what I am discussing right now is mentioned anywhere on that page. You had to literally click on read the rules. And I think it was like upwards of 20 pages. So definitely, again, always make sure you read the rules. But let's go back to where I was. You must also have a printing and shipping need for your business. And you cannot be a competitor of FedEx. So let's go over their criteria. So this is what you're going to be judged on as far as your answers, your application, all of that. Now on this one, they did not say a point category. So what I would recommend is, listening to the criteria, read the criteria, and then from there, decide which one you want to spend the most time on, because there is a character limitation with this one. Now, here is the criteria for the finalists. This is in order for you to be selected to the top 100, this is the criteria. And of course, this is going to be the same criteria when they get ready to, to select the top 10. Clear and compelling essay answer and video. Okay. The video is optional, up to 2 minutes of what makes your business stand out, essentially. And as I've said, y'all, even if it's optional, I would do it, right? Because it's $30,000 plus like 9 other prizes, potentially another $1,000, and you got another $1,000 credit. And then also you get I don't even think I mentioned a $300. Yes, I did. You get you're getting a lot of money. And if they want you to create optionally a 2-minute video, I'm going to give them 2 minutes, right? So definitely think about that. Take the time, get you a pitch together, and it doesn't have to be, a super professional video. Don't, if you're not financially in a space to do that, mention that in your answer as well. And then just generally your answers to the questions. They're going to review your social media for all posts and images. So if you need to go clean some things up, you need to delete some things, do that, and do it sooner rather than later, because we've all seen where somebody was, like they said, recording in their basement, and now they're on this like national platform, and somebody pulls up a tweet or whatever from 10 years ago of when they thought differently, but they've changed. So definitely clean up your social media. Or do not provide a social media account that is not aligned with FedEx. And your business account should, when I say business account, business pages, those pages should be pretty clean. Your personal is your personal, but your business page, it should be clean as far as what you're posting and how you're holding your business out to the public. Business review of products and or services. So when they say business review, they mean Google reviews, Facebook reviews, any space, your website, if that's the review option, they're going to read what is the community saying about you, not just what you're telling us that you're amazing and that you're great and I need this money. It's no, you got a couple negative reviews, and it could be one negative review that is completely unaligned with FedEx, and they say, no, we're not going to give this individual this grant. Ease of website and navigation. So I don't know what that means for them, right? What does ease look like? I would say, if you feel like it's not easeful, if that's a word, put that in your answer, right? That I would use the funds to update my website. And, I know there are some glitches there, but just starting off, I just wanted to have some type of presence, because individuals and community tend to hold businesses that have a website at a higher level than, say, if I don't, right? I'm going to trust you more if I can go to a website and purchase versus you're requesting something via Cash App. Brand alignment with FedEx. I've said that a couple of times now, so you got to be aligned with them. But as I've said in other videos, you need to be sure that they are aligned with you as well, because what you don't want is, you don't want to then enter into a relationship with an organization that is unaligned with you either, right? Because just as they're big, you are either big or on your way to be big. So always have that in your head too. Shipping volume with FedEx. So they are going to look at if you utilize FedEx for your shipping needs. And again, if you have not, mention that in the answer to your question somewhere. And then readiness to mentor others. What they're looking for, they don't care that you've been in business for 7 months. All they want to know is, are you in a position to reach back and give back? Which we've already discussed so many times how important it is to not just focus on self, but to focus on community. We got 3 extra credit things. So the first extra credit is you're unique if your product is unique or innovative. Secondly, if it's sustainable and or environmentally friendly. And then the third one, y'all already know, are you giving back to your community? And each grant, I feel like 90% of the grants that I've posted, I would say 100%, but I'm not a gambler. There is a community component. You have to be immersed in community. You can't just be at the top making money, okay? So again, if you're not in community yet, please get in community, because even though this piece is extra credit, they still talked about your potential to mentor others, okay? And Uncle Sam wants the money. So you need to know that you are going to be responsible for the taxes on this. You're going to get a W-9. So therefore, if you get $30,000 or $50,000, you need to take out whatever it is that you need to take out to make sure that you got money at the end of the year to pay those taxes. The deadline, February 21st, 2023 at noon Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Normally we have 11:59 p.m. So this one is in the middle of the day. So I highly recommend, because the 21st is a Tuesday, I believe. Yes. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. So maybe Sunday, make sure it's finished. So then Monday, you can review it before you submit it, but they do allow you to save and come back. So that's always a good thing. So February 21st, winners will be announced on May the 11th of 2023. So it's not that far away that they're going to announce the winners. The one thing that they request is that you are not allowed to tell a soul that you are a winner until it has been publicly announced. Okay, so don't post, don't even do the cryptic messages, because folks will post, I just got the most exciting news. I can't share it with you all now, but I can't wait until I'm able to. Don't do any of that. Sit on your hands, lock yourself out of your account, do whatever you need to do to not post publicly anything about this money, because you would hate to lose $30,000 because of a 10-second post that you posted before the check hit your hand. So anything of value, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm about to quickly share my screen because that was just all of the rules. Okay, y'all, we haven't even got to the questions. So let me quickly do that and scroll through that piece. And as always, you know, we go to Google. It's going to be the FedEx Small Business Grant. Okay, once you do that, it's going to take you to exactly where you need to be. And then I already have an application started. And then I'm going to go ahead and enter into there. You have everything that we've already discussed. But as you can see, all of the stuff that we just went over, a lot of it is not here, right? So you really want to make sure you read the rules. There's a, here it is right here. Quickly show you all the rules that you'll need to read if you want to make sure that you're understanding everything. But let me go ahead and go to apply just so we can see what the questions are and think about some answers. And feel free to leave a comment if you have questions, things that I didn't answer, stuff that you need me to clarify, whatever it is that you are thinking. Okay, I am back and I figured out what I was doing wrong. So let me share my screen again, and then we are going to get into this grant. We're in finally. All right, so here we go. We have your first piece, which is normal stuff, contact information. I'm skipping through everything. I don't have a FedEx account number, but 18 years or older. Are you the owner of the business applying for the grant? Because you must be an authorized representative of the business, okay? You can't just be an employee that is not authorized to enter the business into this type of contractual agreement. So then we're just going to go next, right? Because I'm not going to answer these. Your business name, address, all the basic information. And then they're asking for your social media, your Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't know if there's any other things out there. And then your business logo. So they definitely want to see a copy of your logo because they're going to publish you somewhere if you win the grant. And then additional images of your business or product. It didn't have a limit of the number of photos, but 7 megabytes is the largest that you can upload, and it must be a high quality image. So make sure that you do that. And business overview. So they want to know, what do you identify as? Any of these things. And that this is not a requirement, right? So you can say prefer not to answer. What type of business, or do any of these apply to you? A certified B Corp, focus on sustainability, eco-friendly, charitable giving is part of your business model. Again, this is actually getting into that judging criteria that's not mentioned here, but they're looking for, that's extra credit, sustainability, that's extra credit, giving back to the community. Is your business a nonprofit? Interestingly enough, nonprofits are not eligible for this. So if you were to select yes, I'm assuming you're going to get kicked out of the application for this grant. So I don't want to click that and then try to get back to it. Franchise, independent consultant, pyramid marketing business model, or car service. If you say yes, likely going to get kicked out. Have you been in business selling for at least 6 or more months prior to January 31st of this year? If you say no, again, you're kicked out. How long have you been in business and selling? How many employees do you have? It includes part-time. Notice there is no number listed here, but 99 or less you can have. What was your average annual sales in 2021 and 2022? So again, you got to know your financials. So we got to stay on top of that. And now we are at, have you shipped something for your business in the last 12 months now? You gotta say yes. If you say no, let me take that back. Do not lie. I'm not saying just say yes to say yes, right? What I'm saying is, to be eligible for this grant opportunity, they're looking for a yes. Do you plan to ship for your business in the next 12 months? They need you to be shipping and printing in order for, that's one of the criteria for the grant. What are the primary domestic shipping services used in your business? And then you just tell them what you use. Do you use FedEx? Yes or no? Hopefully it's yes. Which shipping carriers are used for your domestic shipping needs? You can list their competitors. Who is your primary shipping carrier for domestic shipments? Again, them or their competitors. Do you currently ship international, includes import or export? And then types of printing used in your business. So this, I think, is important to really look at the list, because you probably have brochures or posters or banners or postcards or canvas printing or boxes that you're shipping in. So think about all of the things that your business can be utilizing printing needs via FedEx for. So this grant is not just specific to one area of printing. And I think, as a business owner, you might overlook the fact, I think the first thing that comes to my mind is flyers. I understand that a lot of things are digitized, but for me, I have hand flyers that I can pass out if somebody's talking about a business. Oh, hey, check me out. I post grants and different passive incomes on my YouTube channel. So definitely flyers can be something as well. And then now they want to know about the business. Help us get to know your business. You have 1,000 characters. This is anything that you think would be important. But what I would say is go back to that list of criteria where we talked about clear and compelling, business reviews, ease of your website, shipping volume, readiness to mentor. You want to mention if your business offers some type of community engagement. You want to talk about your website, just throw in strategically. Don't just randomly put stuff in there about your business. You can say like, my business is an online platform, or my business takes 20% of revenue and we push it back into the community. So those are the things that you want to make sure that you are mentioning with this 1,000 characters. What is the primary way you would use the grant to go towards your business? And then you can click any of this stuff. Please don't say pay yourself. Please don't do that. Put it in the bank. No, we're not just trying to have, deposit slips and, money in the bank showing. Buy inventory. Okay. Upgrade your website, create a new brand. Okay. Hire staff. Cool. But the pay myself, donate to charity, they're not going to give you $30,000 or $50,000 to donate to charity, because they can do that on their own and get that write-off, right? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind is like, oh, they must got a lot of money coming in. They're trying to get a write-off. So they're going to donate a substantial amount of money for that reason. And then tell us more about how the grant would be used for your business. So after you make your selection, then they want you to go into a more substantive answer, 1,000 characters or less. Remember, characters is going to be the actual letters versus the words. So that limits it even more. So definitely sit and think, if I'm saying that, for marketing or even like your website, since that is one of the requirements, this would be the space, especially if you know that your website is not easily navigated. You would want to say, I started off using, let's say, some drag and drop site, and you're like, I want to hire a professional, but what I've come to find out, it's upwards of $5,000 and I'm not in a space financially. And maybe you want a WordPress site and you're trying to get a better grasp on your analytics, but because of the limitations of your current website, you're not able to really understand what folks are looking for when they come to your website. You're not able to understand the analytics. You're not able to capture, how much does it cost in order for me to obtain customers. So all of these things you can start discussing with them, because what that does is it puts the issue in front, right? You get in front of the fact that your website isn't the best website. It serves its purpose, but it definitely can be better. But this is why I'm applying for this grant. You can't have the requirement that I have this robust website, but then on the flip side, I need to be able to have the money to do that. Give us an example of how FedEx has helped your business. So hopefully you have used FedEx, even if you're like, okay, I use a different carrier if the value is less than $100. If it's more than $100, I use, next day air, same day air, whatever that's out there. And the reason that I use FedEx is because I trust that they are going to deliver on time. And I trust that if they don't, they honor their warranty of then, I get a refund. And I'll say quickly, this happened to me before where something was supposed to be shipped with a signature. The person left it at the door. It was a high value item. There was no signature required. And FedEx gave me a refund because that wasn't supposed to happen because of the value of the content inside of there. So you can talk about how it helps you retain your highest paying clients because they receive their product in 1 to 2 days. And then if it's on the service side, it allows you to bring in more clients and customers, or it allows you to look more professional at different conventions because you have a high definition. I don't know how banners and things are described, but you have like a really nice banner and a table and the print work that is actually placed there. So that's something that you can discuss as well. And then they just want the links to the video if you want to give them a video because it is optional, again, give them a video. Please and thank you. Did you open an account to enter the grant contest? Yes or no? I mean, just be honest, and you can say that you've used FedEx, you just never thought to open an account, right? So if you can have proof, and maybe that's something that you want to mention in that previous answer as well, is that although I recently opened an account, I've been using FedEx just without an account. Did you already have an account? I'm sorry, we just did that. Have you entered the contest before? So yes or no. And there's one entry per person per anything, okay? Multiple entries, what they're going to do is they're going to take your most recent one, but I wouldn't do that because you do 6 entries, you're wasting their time. They're probably going to throw out all 6, honestly, even though the rules say they're going to look at your last 6 one. But I know for myself, I would feel like, okay, this person doesn't follow the instructions. They're going to be difficult to work with because we're going to be offering all these other services and we're going to need them to be able to follow instructions. Are you a member of My FedEx Rewards? Yes or no? How did you hear about this grant contest? You're going to put YouTube. I don't know if YouTube is an option. Maybe it's other. Okay, it's other. And then hopefully you can type in, money sign with Ebony Dion ESQ. And then I want to receive FedEx special offers and promotions to my inbox. Yes or no? I know somewhere in there is going to say, oh, it doesn't matter if you say yes or no. I feel like if you are going to potentially give me $30,000, you can send me a couple specials, and me personally, I have a separate email account anyways for all of these types of things. That way, if I'm looking for something, I can peruse it versus it going to my professional email address. And you submit the entry. Like I said, the entry and the process for this grant is super easy. It's all of the rules and the criteria and understanding the prizes and understanding what are they going to judge you on. But that's pretty much it. If you got anything of value from the video, like, share, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon to support the channel. I'll have a link to all of this in the description box. And thank you for taking time to watch this video. Thank you for spending a little time with me virtually. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Okay. And I will see y'all next time.